It is still early in the year and I can't come up with the stories that I tell about why I didn't get to push out enough of the podcast this year. So I'm going to be working at it. We're going to be flying this year. Last year, what we did was I don't know. I think we walked briskly last year. But this year, we're going to be flying. Even if all we're flying is at the height of a 2-story building. But it's going to be flight. It's going to be flight. All right. Welcome to the RealTalk podcast. And my name is what? Ola. Yay. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It's good to be here. It's amazing, actually, to be alive and to be well. What is my opening speech for you this year? It's just simple. Don't be overwhelmed. Don't be overwhelmed. Whatever it is that you do this year, ensure that you are not overwhelmed. Well, that means that you need to choose your goals carefully. When you choose your goals, are they aligned to where you're going to? Do you even have an objective for the year? This is where you're going to. Are your goals aligned towards that? How many of your goals are actually focused on building things that are in that direction? If the goal or what it is that you plan to do are not really intrinsic, they don't have such intrinsic value, maybe you need to reevaluate those goals such that you're able to say, okay, you know what, I've looked at this goal and on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 7 or an 8 in terms of the kind of value that it brings to me, to the people around me. If the value is less than 5, I think you should reevaluate why you have that goal. And either drop it or suspend it until the time that you can find a why, right? You can find a why for why you are holding on or you want to hold on to that goal, right? Because one of the things that I've learned and I keep learning is your why sustains you on that journey, right? If you don't have a why that is rich enough, that is sustaining enough, you most likely would get tired. And if you don't don't find yourself in the right community, which is the next thing I'm going to talk about, you're going to find yourself dropping out. So people who begin the gym early in the year have not really decided how much value that going to the gym gives to them. So they just say, I want to go to the gym, full stop, right? But it has to be something that the value brings to you. Why are you going to the gym? Oh, I want to be healthy. It's not enough to say you want to be healthy. And that's why you go to the gym. You don't have to go to the gym to be healthy. You don't have to, right? But if you can find something that gives you a sense of value that rates above 7, right? Then it makes sense for you to do that, and you most likely would be able to sustain the habit that leads to the goal that you want. Secondly, again, I'm talking about don't be overwhelmed. So I mentioned ensuring that your goal is worthy of your doing. And secondly, community. If there's anything that I've learned, it's the power of relationships. If there's anything that I've learned it. I'm not fully in it. So because people think that when people see stuff, it's because they're doing it. No. I've come from a place where having the kind of relationships that I wanted, or the kind of relationships I want, has been tough because I put a bit of pressure on myself for those kind of relationships, right? And I would hold on to a relationship even beyond the expiry date, right? So I'm saying this so that you can get the feeling, or I also am doing the work to ensure that my friendships, my relationships, and the community that I'm putting myself in this year, right, are ones that are nourishing, right? I will not be in your life if I don't believe that you want to be in mine, right? And I don't think that anybody should, except your colleagues. If your colleagues at work, then the only reason why you're in their life is because you have an objective, which is to get work done. but I'm saying in terms of people that you choose for yourself, because I know that there's that thing where we want to pick people who will feel are the kind of that in the kind of place we want to be in, right? And which it is not a bad thing. One of the issues I see is just that you know what it is you want from them. They probably don't know what it is you want from them. They just think you want to suck up to them. You want to leech on them, right? And it has nothing to do with just being materialistic. There are so many things that you can get from people that is not just about them giving money to you. It can be you want to share part of their cloud. You want to, meet people in their clique. You want to just get some of the influence they wield just by association, just by your association with them. And if that is the reason why you pick people this year, I hope it works for you. But I'm just going to say this: ensure that the people that you pick to work with this year, you're intentional about it. They want you in their space, and they're willing to make it work as much as you want them in your space, and you're willing to make it work. Thirdly, personal development. Don't neglect your personal development this year. The rate at which life is going requires that top of your personal development has to be your mental and emotional well-being. The speed at which things are moving is mind-boggling. ChatGPT came out in 2021, I think. But the things that AI has done in the last 3 to 4 years is unbelievable. And I know that it's not going to slow down. It's going to speed up. I was reading about how Trump dropped a meme. I didn't meme it out. I know what they call it, coin. And in the space of a night, he went from not existing to what, about 9 billion? I don't know. So the rate at which things are changing is going to speed up, right? And you're going to be bombarded. You're going to feel a lot of discomfort. You're going to feel discombobulated in some areas, which is why your personal development should include how to keep your mental and emotional state in good condition, apart from just your physical state of well-being. Ensure that you're committed to reading at the very least 12 books this year. You can do that. You can do that. If you take a book about 200 to 300 pages, you can finish that you can finish that book in a month. If you do, even if what you're doing, right, is just about 10 pages, right? About 10 pages a day. And I believe you can do 10 pages a day between your commute to work. Okay, if you're driving, you probably will do audio. You can do Kindle, you can do YouTube audio, or before you go to bed, just grab something and ensure that you're reading in the area of your career and in the area of your personal growth, right? Because that's one of the things that when you feel a deficit in those areas can lead to you being overwhelmed. Okay, that's it. I talked about ensuring that your goals are tight, and that means that they're bringing value to you and people around you. Ensure that your community is tight by ensuring that the people that you want in your space also want you in their space. And thirdly, I talked about personal development. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening. And I hope that this year we can do more with ourselves, do more for ourselves, and generally just enjoy living, right? Just enjoy living. All right. Take care and ciao, ciao.